So I am a growth leader. I have more than 13 years of experience in different domains and across the industries. I started my career with Tata Motors as a customer success manager. From there onwards, I've been an automotive guy. From there onwards, I moved into BMW India, where I started with the network strategy. And then in the later part of my career at BMW, I did corporate sales as a regional corporate sales. From there, I spent about 6 years in BMW India, and then I thought about it, what I want to do differently, because over all that while I'd spent in automotive industry, and automotive industry works in a very monotonous, very conservative way. Not much change or not much hustle happens. There is very little room for innovation, I would say. And then COVID happened, and that's the time I saw healthcare also exploded, and luckily I got an opportunity with Tata 1mg. So currently I lead the B2B sales for Tata 1mg. My motto in life has been learning new things, okay? And I always wanted to take a plunge into a .com world, okay? And then healthcare was exploding. So in the startup culture, I mean, you get to own certain businesses right from the scratch, from the top line to bottom line. You own everything. That is where you learn a lot of things about yourself, what you can deliver, which was missing in the conventional industries, because there the process drives you. In here, in startup culture, there is a lot of hustle. You have to create everything from the scratch. So you decide the processes. You own that particular role as a new business in itself. Ultimately, for any sales roles, you have to drive numbers, okay? So I have a very, I would say, very polished team. I have to make sure that my team delivers. So reviewing with them the sales pipeline, not just get more business, but my job involves a lot of solutioning around it, okay? Because it's still an evolving business that I am into, and we are trying to figure out what works best for our customers, because I'm in a service industry. I'm not a product industry. It's not like you give me money and take my product, okay? We have to keep on evolving. So just understanding from them what is it the client is asking for, and building a real-time solution around it. So this is the main part of my job, working with my team, understanding what is happening on ground, and give a custom solutioning for them. At the same time, keep evolving the GTM, working with the leadership, strategizing the whole thing, and obviously reporting to my leaders, okay, how the numbers are going to shape up for this month, for this quarter. And at the same time, I have to do a lot of firefighting in the ops as well, because this is an ops heavy business. You start a business, you make a GTM, then you start the execution. Go to market strategy. Okay. When you think that you envisaged some numbers and it is not working, then you go back to the drawing board. Okay. You see the kind of there is a thing called market to fit services, okay, market to fit product. You have to go back to the drawing board and see, okay, am I missing something? Why my customers are not taking my service? Am I presenting it in a wrong way? So you have to kind of go back and see and change certain things, so that make sure that at the grassroots level, at the beginning level, you fix those things and make it work. I would say still sales is an underappreciated aspect, okay? A lot of people have a stigma attached to it, that it has a lot of pressure involved, and I don't want to chase numbers. But we have to educate those people that it is equally rewarding, not just from an incentive, not just from a monetary aspect, but you are kind of star of the companies. That's how you shine, okay? So you have to make sure. In typical B schools, I am also of the opinion that your IIMs of the worlds are overhyped. What you guys are doing is excellent. Theoretical sales is absolutely different. What you guys are doing is practical sales, which was missing in the typical B schools. And I think with your courses, your student can get that confidence from the day one, how to negotiate in a better way. Everyone is a negotiator in their own life, but you also have to know certain techniques. Okay, there is a thing called Batna. Okay, there's a negotiating technique called Datna. It's more like a backup solution for every negotiation strategy. Okay, if you are negotiating with a customer, you are negotiating with someone, you are pitching them some kind of a norm, some kind of a proposal, right? So at the back end, you always need to carry some kind of a backup solution. So these are some kind of techniques which are not really taught at the conventional B schools, but I'm really sure that you guys are doing wonderful job here. This is what was missing, and you can actually romanticize sales. Don't be afraid of rejections, I would say, because being in sales, even at this level, I also face a lot of rejections from my customers. So you have to develop that thick skin. Okay, that's how you build your confidence. That's how you shine. That's how you excel in your job. Second is, you need to have a lot of adaptability and flexibility in your life. If you will behave in a very rigid way, if you will have some kind of an ego, okay, you cannot shine in sales. And then third thing would be, you need to have a lot of positive attitude. Don't get demotivated by not doing your numbers. Just put in all your efforts, the numbers will come in eventually. My USP of my own personal style is quick. Okay, it's actually against a lot of principles that people tell you that do everything right. Okay, take your time but do it right. But in sales, you actually have to adopt a lot of quick fixes also. Time is of the essence. If you don't act in a certain timely bound manner, the interests of the client might go away. So even if you think that the proposal or the strategy that you have right now might not work, let it go. Okay, if it comes back, you can correct it later also. But shoot it. I think in a lot of companies, what happens is, when you convert a sale, okay, that should immediately get transferred to another team. But in a lot of companies, what happens is, at present also your sales cycle is quite longer for service industry. You need to have a certain parallel structure of account managers. So as soon as you close a sale, the sales guy should move out of it. It should be effectively moved to a relationship or an account manager, so that salesperson can go back to selling more of it. So this is something which is missing in a lot of organizations. In fact, in my organization also, it was like that a sales guy will be involved in the operations as well, but which was deterrent into pulling in more sales. So we changed that structure. We have a parallel account manager structure. So now we are able to do effective sales. So there's one thing I feel like in today's scenario, a lot of these sales people, once the sales is closed, okay, they think my job is done, I move on to the next. But it's actually very important to hang on to your set of clients, okay, because they don't realize that that relationship with that customer is absolutely important, and you can get a lot of business out of them from the referrals. So you need to, as a salesperson, your top skill has to be a relationship management. So you need to hold on to that kind of relation with the customer. Okay. I think I would say two things are very important, which I did not do in my previous sales stints, which I have actually put in a lot of efforts into teaching my team. One is the sales team, they should have a very good clarity and visibility on how the P&L looks like from top to bottom. Okay, because sales is mostly a top line driven efforts. Okay, the sales guys only say this is the kind of revenue I am generating, but as a sales leader, it should be my responsibility to give them what should be the bottom line, where is the money coming from, okay, and all the levers of a P&L, how the contribution margin should look like, how the PBT should look like. So giving them a full view of how it looks like will make their decision a bit more conscious. Second, which the salespeople are not doing enough, is analysis of the lost deals. Okay, they are moving very quickly to the next deals. So by going in deep, not just analyzing themselves, checking with the ops team, and regularly conducting these kind of sessions, like in a bigger forum, will help them maybe identify their own mistakes and maybe find some gaps in the sales strategy or the ops, because these are the guys who are going in the front line. They know what a customer is looking for. So actually every salesperson should spend a lot of time in analyzing these lost deals.